2012 CAA Football Media Day Live.
I'm here with Old Dominion quarterback Taylor Heineke and linebacker Craig Wilkins. Craig, I'm going to start with you. You guys won 10 ball games last year. It exceeded everyone outside of Old Dominion football's expectations. Relive last season for us a little bit.
Last season was a great year for us. 10 wins, yeah, it was a great season. Yeah, it surprised everyone outside of us as a program. We would have liked to go undefeated, but what program doesn't? We were able to compete for the conference title, fell short, got to the national tournament. Didn't end the way that we liked it to, but overall last year was a great season for us and the fans.
Speaking of the ending of last season, really ended on a bitter note, especially for your defense. Talk about what you learned from that game defensively, or what your whole defense learned from that game and what you can carry it on to this year.
We've learned what we've known for 3 years. Unfortunately, the triple option is a tough offense to go against. I mean, luckily our offense kept us in the game. As a defense, we learned in games like that, we have to do our part. The little things, you got to stay disciplined. Discipline is definitely a big thing we learned, because that's the key to stopping the triple option offense.
What else have you guys worked on over the offseason on defense? You guys were really sound against the run last year, struggled a little bit against the pass.
This offseason, we've gone back to the basics with our new defensive coordinator, Coach Billy D. Definitely working on a lot of tackling, missed tackles hurt us at times. Defensively, as a linebacker core and defensive backs, we've been working on coverage because we know that's something we have to improve in. And this spring, we've just been working on the fundamentals.
You have been here since the start of the program. You're a senior now. What are your goals and expectations as you finish your career at Old Dominion?
First and foremost, to get back to the national championship tournament. That's the first goal for us as a team. Next, just come out every game, play as hard as we can, do well. Personal goals for myself, I would kind of put those on the back burner because I have to do what's best for the team. I know if we're winning, my goals will happen.
Talk about some of the weapons you have coming back on the defensive side of the football.
Our strength this year will probably be our secondary. All those guys are returning. We have most of our linebacker core returning. Our defensive line, we got guys that's going to have to step up, like Eric Saylor, Nate Bonds, a few other guys, and Chris Burnett will be leading them. So I feel like we're going to be good as a defense, hopefully better than last season.
Speaking of that secondary, I actually got a Twitter question from one of our followers today. Mr. Harmon says, how do you feel about that secondary? Talk about some of the players that will be battling in camp for those spots.
Well, Mr. Harmon, the secondary should be much improved from last year. We will have Terry Coward back, who's an excellent corner. Eric Lewis, who had a great season last year, stepping in for TJ. We're expecting a lot from both of those, in addition to Reggie Owens, who's had a great spring, so we're pretty loaded at the corner position. As far as safeties, we got returning senior Devon Simmons and Calvin Powell. I feel like they're going to lead the secondary very well. We also have Paul Morant in the mix, Fred Creed, a few other guys. Our secondary will definitely be our strength and have a lot of depth this season.
Thank you very much, Craig. Appreciate you being here on Media Day today. I'm going to go over here to Taylor Heineke. You really exploded onto the scene last year, but let's go back to that UMass game. You see DeMarco go down. Your name is up to go in. What's going through your head? What did you know what had to be done?
Well, I saw him go down. I knew he was a tough guy, so I thought he would just get back up, shake it off, get back in the game. But when we go into halftime and say it's, just a stress fracture, some kind of fracture. Coach comes up to me and says, you're going in. My stomach quenched up. I got all hot. I started going over the playbook, going over the whole game plan. And, Coach really helped me out, and Thomas helped me out throughout the whole year with that.
You really, like we said, exploded onto the scene. 25 touchdowns to 1 interception. How were you so successful last season?
Coaching, definitely. Thomas again and Coach Wickham, the quarterback coach, they very helped me out a lot in film. With the linemen blocking for me, they did a great job. Receivers catching all the balls, barely any drops, making yards after the catch. I credit all this to them, coaches, receivers, and linemen.
Talk about some of those weapons you'll have on offense this year, especially on the outside.
We're only losing Prentice Gill from last year, so and he was a great player. But we got Larry Pinkert at X, number 9, Antonio Vaughn, number 5. Blair Roberts, upcoming sophomore. We're very deep at receiver. I'm very comfortable with that position.
Why has this program been so successful, from winning games on the football field to selling tickets in the stands?
The support in Norfolk is great. We have a lot of great fans. We work really hard. We have a great venue we play at. It's just a great location where football is, and we strive to be excellent, and our fans, support us very well.
What made you decide to come to Old Dominion?
It's a great family up here. Very supporting cast. They had a plan for me when they came and recruited me. They had my whole life set out for me. 5 years I'll be here. 4 or 5 years I'll be here. And I was very impressed with the presentation Coach Bobby Wilder gave me. And I thought this was the best place for me.
Talk about Coach Wilder a little bit. A very confident guy. Has he instilled that in all the players?
Oh yeah. He really stresses professionalism. Striving for excellence. Nothing less than excellence. You might as well just work hard while you're here. Work as hard as you can, and everyone has a great mindset going into this year that we should go to the national championship tournament. And try to do something there.
Taylor, thank you very much for joining us on
Thank
CAA
you.
Football Media Day.